Currently some drama with Queen Camilla. Let me read you what's going on. So Queen Camilla told a friend that Meghan Markle had brainwashed Prince Harry amid the royal family's feud, according to bombshell new book, Betrayal.
Queen Camilla keeps a private diary. She's kept one for decades, and now pages from that diary have allegedly been leaked. What she wrote about Meghan Markle isn't just critical, it's absolutely devastating. For years, Camilla has stayed silent while Meghan made accusation after accusation against the royal family. She smiled through the Oprah interview. She maintained composure when Netflix documentaries painted her family as villains. She never once fired back publicly. But privately? Behind closed doors? In the pages of her personal journal? Camilla apparently had plenty to say. And now, the world is finally hearing it. Subscribe, hit the bell, and like this video because what you're about to hear has never been revealed before.
The Sussex brand, the only person coming out the winner is Queen Consort Camilla. And why that is so surprising is because the Netflix documentary, Harry and Meghan's Netflix documentary, and the book came out around the same time that The Crown season 5 came out, where they revisited There Are Three of Us in This Marriage. And Camilla is just by an inch or two, actually more popular here in the States than Meghan Markle is at the moment.
This is the real Queen Camilla, unfiltered and uncensored. Let's start with how this leak allegedly happened. According to sources close to the palace, a staff member with access to Camilla's private quarters discovered photocopied pages from her diary during a routine cleaning. Whether these copies were made intentionally or accidentally left behind remains unclear. What is clear is that they ended up in the hands of someone willing to share them. The pages reportedly span several years, from 2017 to 2023, covering the entire arc of Meghan's entrance into the royal family through her dramatic exit and beyond. And the observations Camilla allegedly made during this period paint a picture that directly contradicts the narrative Meghan has sold to the world. The first entry to surface reportedly dates from November 2017, shortly after Harry and Meghan's engagement was announced. While the palace publicly celebrated the news, Camilla's private assessment was apparently far more cautious. According to sources who have seen the pages, Camilla wrote, "She watches everyone in the room before deciding who to charm. I've seen this before. Actresses never stop performing." Those words allegedly set the tone for years of observations that followed. Camilla apparently recognized something in Meghan that others missed or chose to ignore. A calculated approach to every interaction, a performance that never stopped. But here's where it gets really interesting. The diary entries reportedly don't just contain criticism, they contain predictions. And according to sources, those predictions were devastatingly accurate. In an entry allegedly dated March 2018, just 2 months before the royal wedding, Camilla reportedly wrote, "Charles wants to believe this will work. Harry certainly believes it, but I've watched her carefully. She doesn't want to join this family. She wants to use it. This will end in disaster, probably within 5 years." 5 years. That's exactly when the Sussex situation reached its most explosive point, with Harry's memoir Spare dropping bombshell after bombshell about the family. Camilla apparently saw it coming before the wedding even happened, and she wrote it down. The entries from the wedding period itself are reportedly brief but pointed. According to sources, Camilla noted the tension between Meghan and Catherine in a single line. "The tears were real. Catherine doesn't cry easily. What was said must have been cruel." This directly aligns with what later emerged about the infamous bridesmaid dress incident. But Camilla's diary allegedly confirms that the conflict was known within the family immediately, not discovered years later as some reports suggested. The entries become more detailed after the wedding, as Camilla apparently observed Meghan's behavior during official engagements and private family gatherings. One passage reportedly describes a state dinner at Buckingham Palace. According to sources, Camilla wrote, "She performs grief like an actress, because that's all she knows how to do. Every emotion is calculated for effect. The cameras capture exactly what she wants them to capture." That assessment cuts to the heart of the criticism that has followed Meghan throughout her public life: the question of authenticity, the sense that every moment is staged. Camilla apparently reached that conclusion early and committed it to paper. But perhaps the most explosive diary entry involves a dinner that allegedly took place at Clarence's house in early 2019. According to sources, Camilla documented an evening that left the entire family stunned. The entry reportedly describes Meghan holding forth on various topics, offering opinions and corrections to family members who had spent their entire lives in service to the crown. And then comes the line that's generating the most attention. Camilla allegedly wrote, "She lectured Charles about his own country for 40 minutes, the history, the politics, the future, as if she understood Britain better than a man who has spent 70 years preparing to lead it. Charles sat quietly because he's too polite. I wanted to scream." 40 minutes. Imagine the scene. The future King of England sitting silently while his son's wife of less than a year explains his own nation to him. And Camilla watching it all, documenting her frustration in private. The diary entries also reportedly address Harry directly, and these passages are said to be tinged with sadness rather than anger. One entry, allegedly written in late 2019 as rumors of the Sussex exit began circulating, reads, "Harry has disappeared inside this marriage. The boy who laughed constantly, who made everyone feel at ease, who genuinely loved his family despite everything. He's gone. What's left is a man who speaks in talking points and looks to his wife before answering any question." That observation echoes what many royal watchers have noted over the years. The transformation of Harry from the playful prince into someone who seems perpetually on edge, defensive, isolated from everyone who knew him before. Camilla apparently watched that transformation happen in real time and mourned it privately. The entries covering the Megxit period are reportedly the most emotional. According to sources, Camilla wrote extensively about the family's attempts to find a compromise that would keep Harry connected while giving the Sussexes the independence they claimed to want. One passage allegedly states, "Every solution offered was rejected. Every compromise dismissed. It became clear they didn't want a solution. They wanted a war. And they wanted to be seen as victims of that war, not participants in starting it." That framing directly contradicts the narrative Harry and Meghan have promoted, which positions them as desperate escapees from a cold institution that refused to protect them. According to Camilla's alleged diary, the family tried repeatedly to find middle ground. The Sussexes allegedly rejected every attempt. The Oprah interview entries are reportedly the most raw. Camilla allegedly watched the broadcast with Charles, and her observations capture the devastation it caused within the family. "Charles couldn't speak for an hour afterward," she allegedly wrote. His own son accusing his family of racism on global television, making claims that couldn't be defended without revealing private conversations that must remain private. It was designed to wound, and it succeeded. The entry continues with an assessment of Meghan's performance during the interview that has never been publicly revealed. According to sources, Camilla wrote, "The tears came at perfect intervals. The pauses were expertly timed. Every answer built toward the next accusation. I've watched enough interviews to know when someone is genuinely emotional and when they're executing a strategy. This was strategy." That's Queen Camilla, allegedly calling Meghan's Oprah interview a calculated performance, rather than an authentic unburdening. The diary entries from the post-interview period reportedly document the family's struggle to respond. According to sources, there were discussions about issuing detailed rebuttals, producing evidence that contradicted specific claims, fighting back publicly. Camilla allegedly opposed this approach. She reportedly wrote, "Responding validates the accusations. Our silence frustrates them because they want the battle to continue. They need the attention. Without conflict, they have nothing to sell." That strategic assessment proved accurate. Every time the Sussexes released new content or made new accusations, the palace responded with minimal statements. And every time, the Sussexes seemed to escalate further, seeking the reaction they weren't getting. The most recent entries to allegedly leak date from 2023, after the publication of Harry's memoir, Spare. According to sources, Camilla's reaction to the book was one of exhaustion rather than anger. "How many times can the same grievances be recycled?" she allegedly wrote. "How many more interviews saying the same things? At some point, even sympathetic observers will grow tired. The tragedy is that Harry doesn't see it. He's trapped in a narrative that requires constant feeding, and there's no one around him willing to tell him the truth." That observation captures something that many royal watchers have noted: the repetitive nature of Sussex content. The same themes revisited endlessly. The same accusations repackaged in new formats. The sense that they're stuck in a loop that serves no one. Camilla apparently saw it clearly and committed her frustration to paper. So what happens now that these diary pages have allegedly leaked? According to palace sources, there is fury at the highest levels about the breach of privacy. Camilla's diary was never meant for public consumption. These were private thoughts, written for herself, never intended to be shared. An investigation is reportedly underway to identify how the pages were copied and who was responsible for their distribution. Sources say multiple staff members have already been questioned, and the circle of people with access to Camilla's private quarters is small. But the damage is done. The entries are circulating, and for the first time, the world is allegedly seeing how the royal family privately viewed Meghan Markle from the very beginning. The palace has not officially commented on the alleged diary leak. Meghan's representatives have not responded to requests for comment, and Harry, according to sources, is deeply hurt that Camilla apparently harbored such negative views while maintaining a cordial public relationship. But here's the question that lingers. Was Camilla wrong? Her alleged prediction that the marriage would end in disaster within 5 years has arguably come true, at least in terms of Harry's relationship with his family. Her assessment that Meghan doesn't want to join this family, she wants to use it, aligns with accusations that have been made by critics for years. Her observation that Harry has disappeared inside this marriage echoes concerns raised by his oldest friends. Maybe Camilla saw clearly what others refused to acknowledge. Maybe her private diary captured truths that politeness prevented anyone from saying aloud. Or maybe these are simply the bitter observations of a woman who never accepted her stepson's wife. Maybe Camilla's perspective was biased from the start. Either way, the diary allegedly exists. The entries have allegedly leaked, and Queen Camilla's private thoughts about Meghan Markle are now part of the public conversation. The woman who smiled through every accusation apparently had plenty to say when no one was watching. And now, everyone is watching. So what do you think? Was Camilla right about Meghan all along? Or do these diary entries reveal more about Camilla than they do about the Duchess of Sussex? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and share this video because this story is explosive, and the fallout is just beginning.